Libra, my dear, if you are here right now, it is not by accident, it is a divine appointment, a perfectly timed meeting between your soul and the voice of the universe, guided by the hand of God. This is a deep and intentional horoscope reading on the Zodiac Whisper Tarot channel, created especially for you in this exact moment. From the very first words, I want you to hear this clearly. You are stepping into a season where God is not joking this time. This is not a gentle nudge, not a soft suggestion. This is a calling, a summons to rise into the full truth of who you are meant to be. The scales that define your sign are being reset to a new frequency, one that restores balance, anchors truth, and pours blessings into your life quickly, decisively, and unmistakably. Take a moment to really feel this. The purpose of today's reading is to help you understand why you, Libra, are recognized as one of God's chosen ones in this season, and why the timing of this message is so precise. Your deep sense of justice, your eye for beauty, and your gift for harmony are not just personal traits, they are divine tools. And right now, the universe is aligning circumstances in such a way that these gifts will be amplified, refined, and placed exactly where they are needed most. This is a moment of acceleration. Every delay, every closed door, every test you've walked through is about to make sense. Ask yourself, what in the deepest part of your heart has drawn you here today? Because when God and the universe are working together, there is no coincidence. There is orchestration. There is a reason your energy has found this message, and that reason is bigger than what you see in front of you. The spiritual alignment happening now is designed to bring you face to face with the opportunities, the relationships, and the breakthroughs that have been waiting for you to be ready. If you are feeling this connection, I want you to do something simple yet powerful. Leave a sacred number in the comments today. That number is 777. Write it to confirm your alignment with this moment and to welcome the blessings that are already in motion toward you. This is your way of saying, yes, I am here, I am ready, I am open. Before we go deeper, let me pause to express my heartfelt gratitude for your presence here. Every like, every comment you share, every time you hit subscribe, it all draws you closer into the family we are building here at Zodiac Whisper Tarot. Your engagement doesn't just help this channel grow, it creates an energetic ripple that allows me to continue bringing these transformative messages directly to you. You are not just a viewer, you are an essential part of this journey, and I am honored to walk it with you. So trust me, Libra, you will want to stay with me until the very last moment of today's reading. The revelations the universe is about to unfold for you are not only breathtaking, they are life-changing. We will explore how your spiritual identity is being called into action, how your balance is being recalibrated with purpose, and how the blessings coming your way are both practical and miraculous. Settle in, open your mind, and soften your heart. We are about to step into a space where daily devotion meets modern-day miracles, a place where real stories of divine intervention will inspire your faith, strengthen your spirit, and remind you of your God-given authority to shape the life you are meant to live. This is your moment, Libra. Let's begin. There is something uniquely magnetic about you, Libra, that goes far beyond what people first notice. It's not just your eye for symmetry or your natural sense for what is aesthetically pleasing, it's the way you can walk into a space and instantly feel the currents moving beneath the surface, the way you sense unspoken tensions and know instinctively how to smooth them. Your ability to read the subtle shifts in energy, to bring people toward a middle ground without force, is not an accident. It's a gift that has been refined over time, and right now, that gift is being called to operate at its highest level, In seasons past, you may have thought of balance as keeping everything looking harmonious on the outside, making sure the surface was calm even if your inner world was carrying the weight of compromise. But this new chapter asks for something deeper. Balance now means aligning with what is true, even if it disrupts appearances. It's the shift from pleasing everyone to standing firmly in integrity, from protecting the peace at any cost to protecting the truth at all costs. This is where your real strength lives, in the courage to let your decisions reflect what is right, not just what is easy. Imagine the symbolism of the scales you carry. When one side dips too low, the other must rise to meet it. Sometimes that means removing what is too heavy, sometimes adding what has been missing. In the same way, your life right now is asking you to examine what has been tipping your inner balance. Are there words you've been holding back for fear of conflict? Are there responsibilities you've carried that no longer belong to you? This is the moment to shift that weight, to bring yourself back to center in a way that is not just beautiful to look at but sustainable to live in. In astrology, your ruling planet Venus isn't just about love and romance. It governs your values, your sense of worth, and your relationship to beauty in all its forms. When Venus influences the Justice card in tarot, we see the perfect fusion of truth and grace, of clarity and compassion. This combination is your essence, and when you embody it fully, you become a living example of harmony that inspires others to do the same. It's not about perfection, it's about living in such a way that your presence restores order without you even having to force it. Think of moments in your own life when you have been called to step forward at exactly the right time. Those were not coincidences, they were the result of a finely tuned awareness that sensed when your voice was needed. Just as Esther acted at a pivotal moment to change the course of events, you, too, are being asked to trust that when you feel that inner nudge, it's not just intuition, it's alignment with a bigger plan unfolding. And like Joseph, you've endured seasons that felt like setbacks, only to find they were preparing you for influence you couldn't have reached without them. The heart of your transformation lies in recognizing that you are not defined by the stories others tell about you. You are not bound by old perceptions or labels from your past. You are defined by your choices, by the integrity you uphold when no one is watching, by the quiet but steady voice inside that says, "This is who I am." That voice grows stronger each time you choose alignment over approval, depth over decoration, substance over surface. And while the world may not always understand these shifts right away, you will feel it. The air around you will seem clearer, your energy lighter, your steps more certain. People will notice that you are not easily swayed anymore, that your kindness is no longer rooted in keeping everyone comfortable but in guiding them toward what is real. That's the kind of leadership that lasts, the kind that can weather storms without losing direction. This is the balance you were born to carry, not a static state, but a living, breathing alignment that adjusts as life unfolds, always bringing you back to the center where your truth lives. When the energy shifts in your favor, Libra, it often happens across multiple areas of life at once, and this is exactly the kind of season you are stepping into now. It is a time when the threads of your work, relationships, well-being, and inner growth weave together into something stronger than they could ever be on their own. You might feel as though doors that have been shut for months or even years are suddenly swinging open. Opportunities you thought had slipped away may circle back, this time with better terms, clearer boundaries, and the right people attached to them. This is not coincidence, it's the natural outcome of alignment, preparation, and the willingness to stand in your truth without compromising your values. In the area of your finances, the focus is on both fairness and abundance. The energy here asks you to look at your resources with fresh eyes, not only in terms of what you earn, but how you earn it. This is a moment to ensure that the way money flows into your life feels clean, transparent, and in harmony with your principles. When you align your income with integrity, the flow becomes steadier, and it tends to expand without the hidden costs of guilt or burnout. The vibration of the number 8 in numerology supports you now, symbolizing strength, balance, and the endless loop of giving and receiving. To amplify this, surround yourself with colors that hold the vibration of prosperity and clarity, like turquoise for calm focus and golden hues for radiant confidence. In your relationships, a pruning process is underway. You may find that certain connections no longer feel as aligned as they once did. This is not about blame, it's about making space for the partnerships that truly support who you are becoming. Think of it like tending a garden. You remove what is overgrown or draining so that the healthiest plants can thrive. One of the most practical yet transformative actions you can take now is to write down 3 new boundaries you want to uphold, and then practice saying no when something crosses those lines. This is where respect grows, both from others and from yourself. Your body and mind are also asking for recalibration. The pace of life may have pushed you toward neglecting rest, proper nutrition, or time to breathe deeply. But balance cannot be sustained without care for your physical and mental health. Restoring your rhythm can be as simple as going to bed an hour earlier, taking 10 conscious breaths in the middle of the day, or nourishing yourself with foods rich in magnesium and omega-3s. Gentle movement, whether it's yoga, stretching, or a mindful walk, becomes a way to bring you back into yourself, reminding you that your body is the vessel through which all your dreams are lived out. And then there is the quiet, powerful flame of your inner discipline. This is the part of your life that calls you to show up for yourself every single day, even in the smallest ways. Whether it's a few moments of prayer in the morning, a habit of writing down 3 things you're grateful for, or simply pausing to acknowledge how far you've come, these daily acts anchor you. The law of attraction teaches that holding your mind in the state of already received keeps the energy of blessings alive and flowing. It's not about forcing outcomes, it's about embodying the feeling of them until they naturally take shape in your world. When all 4 of these areas, money, relationships, health, and inner discipline, are touched by the same wave of alignment, the effect is exponential. You begin to see how one shift supports another, how a healthier boundary gives you more energy for your work, how better self-care sharpens your focus in relationships, and how a daily mindset practice keeps your confidence steady when opportunities appear. This is what it means to experience a true season of unlocked blessings, Libra, not just one good thing happening, but an entire life rising to meet you in its best form. It's easy to think that when things start improving, the road will be smooth, the people around you will cheer, and everything will feel effortless. But Libra, the truth is that elevation often stirs resistance. When you step into a higher frequency, not everyone or everything can rise with you, and that's where the friction begins. You might notice whispers, subtle jealousy, or even unexpected pushback from people you thought were firmly in your corner. This doesn't mean you're on the wrong path, it's often one of the clearest signs you're moving exactly where you're meant to go. Growth naturally exposes what no longer fits, and that revelation, while uncomfortable, is a gift in disguise. Think about what happens in nature when a gardener prunes a plant. To an untrained eye, it can seem harsh, even destructive, to cut away branches that appear healthy. But the gardener knows that too many branches will crowd the plant, stealing light and nutrients from the parts that can truly flourish. The pruning allows the plant to focus its resources on what is strongest, healthiest, and most likely to bear fruit. In the same way, this season of your life may be about removing certain habits, partnerships, or environments that quietly drain your energy. The moment you release them, you create space for your energy to flow where it can actually grow results. This is also a time to pay close attention to the subtle leaks in your focus. They can take the form of overextending yourself to please others, saying yes to commitments that don't align with your priorities, or lingering in spaces that consistently leave you feeling depleted. In self-help work, we often talk about protecting your energy as fiercely as you protect your time, because in many ways, the two are inseparable. Without intentional boundaries, your days can fill up quickly with obligations that have little to do with the future you're building. And as you make these shifts, expect that some people won't understand. They may take your boundaries personally or interpret your decisions as rejection. It's important to remember that their response is a reflection of where they are, not a verdict on what you're doing. Your role is not to explain your growth to everyone, but to keep walking forward in alignment with what you know is right. The more you try to please everyone, the further you drift from your own center, and that center is where your clarity, peace, and momentum live. You may even see situations arise that feel like direct challenges to your progress. A deal might fall through, a friendship could change overnight, or unexpected criticism might come your way. It's tempting to see these as setbacks, but they're often just indicators that the old structures around you are shifting to make space for something better. The path to lasting success and inner stability rarely comes without a few tests. They're not here to break you, they're here to help you refine your focus and strengthen your resolve. As you navigate this, keep in mind that every no you speak to what drains you is a yes to what will nourish you. Every time you step away from a situation that diminishes your light, you step closer to the environments, opportunities, and relationships that will help it shine. The resistance you face now is not a warning to stop, it's a confirmation that you are outgrowing an old chapter. The pruning may feel uncomfortable, but like the plant in the gardener's hands, you are being shaped to bear more, to stand taller, and to thrive in ways you couldn't if you carried every old branch with you. The moment you begin to recognize yourself as someone chosen for a greater purpose, Libra, the way you move through the world changes. You stop measuring your worth solely by what you receive and begin to see the impact of what you give. This shift is subtle at first. It might show up in the way you listen more deeply, the way you pause before speaking, or how you make choices with the long-term good in mind rather than just the immediate outcome. But over time, it becomes a defining quality, shaping your presence and the mark you leave on every space you enter. Using your sense of justice to raise the standard of fairness in your community isn't about enforcing rules or demanding perfection from others, it's about embodying what it means to live with integrity. When people witness you choosing honesty over convenience, fairness over favoritism, and accountability over avoidance, they feel the permission to do the same. You become a reference point, a reminder that doing the right thing doesn't have to be loud or showy. It can be steady, consistent, and deeply transformative. Your natural aesthetic sense is another tool in this responsibility. Beauty, in your hands, is not about surface-level decoration, it's about creating spaces, experiences, and interactions that allow people to breathe more easily. This could mean curating a physical space where calm is felt the moment someone walks in, choosing words that soothe rather than inflame, or arranging events in a way that honors everyone's presence. You have the ability to infuse healing into the environment simply through your attention to detail and your awareness of how energy moves through a space. Diplomacy is also one of your quiet powers. While others may shy away from conflict, you have the potential to step into it with a steady hand and a clear vision. When you help transform disagreements into moments of understanding, you are doing more than solving a temporary problem. You are planting seeds for a culture of unity. This doesn't mean avoiding hard truths. It means delivering them in a way that builds bridges instead of burning them. This kind of leadership is rare, and it leaves a ripple effect long after the conversation is over. The legacy you build isn't measured solely in material wealth. While financial security is valuable, your deeper inheritance to the world lies in the structures you help create: systems of fairness, models of respectful communication, and standards for relationships that prioritize honesty, mutual respect, and compassion. These are the things that endure, influencing not only the people you know but also those who will come after them. The principle of sowing and reaping reminds us that what we give out, whether it's time, energy, or resources, returns to us multiplied. The key is to give with intention, not from a place of obligation or fear, but from a clear desire to contribute something meaningful. When you choose to invest in the growth of others, in the stability of your community, or in the healing of a relationship, you set in motion a chain of returns that can exceed anything you could have planned. This is where the real fulfillment lies, Libra, not just in enjoying the blessings that come to you, but in becoming a blessing yourself. As you live out this responsibility, you align your actions with a higher vision, and your life becomes an example of what it looks like when grace, fairness, and beauty work together in service of something greater than the self. In doing so, you create a rhythm of giving and receiving that sustains you, uplifts others, and leaves a lasting imprint on the world you're helping to shape. Momentum doesn't just happen by chance. Liberate's something you can invite, nurture, and accelerate with deliberate steps. The beauty of a focused, short-term plan is that it can shift your energy quickly, often in ways that create ripple effects far beyond what you expect. Over the next 7 days, think of yourself as setting the stage for alignment. Each action becomes a signal to the universe that you are ready, willing, and prepared to receive what's already in motion toward you. On the first day, carve out 15 quiet minutes to reflect deeply on the 3 areas of your life that feel most out of balance. Instead of rushing for solutions, simply observe and name them. Awareness is a form of power. When you can clearly see where things need recalibration, you begin to invite the right ideas and opportunities to address them. By the second day, create what I call your balance map. This is where you draw 2 columns, one labeled, "What's right," and the other, "What's easy." The act of writing these down helps you spot where you've been settling for convenience over truth. Choosing from that list, commit to one action you can take in the next 24 hours that aligns with what's right, even if it feels slightly uncomfortable. On the third day, focus on pruning. Identify one habit, commitment, or relationship that no longer feels aligned, and take a concrete step toward releasing it. Remember, removing what drains you is just as important as adding what nourishes you. The fourth day is about intentional generosity, giving with purpose, not just out of obligation. Whether it's your time, skills, or resources, offer something that genuinely matters to you. This act of giving disrupts patterns of scarcity and signals that you trust the flow of abundance. Day 5 is dedicated to boundaries. Write down 3 clear limits you want to uphold moving forward, and put them into practice in small, manageable ways. Boundaries protect your energy and ensure that the space around you is conducive to growth. On the 6th day, shift into gratitude mode. List 10 things you are truly thankful for, and take a moment to feel each one. Gratitude transforms how you perceive challenge. It turns pressure into a sign of progress and blessing still in formation. Finally, the 7th day is for sacred rest. This is not just physical downtime, but a conscious choice to step away from noise and distraction. Use this space to reflect, reset, and open yourself to fresh guidance. When you slow down intentionally, clarity often arrives uninvited but right on time. As you move through these 7 days, watch for the signs of acceleration. A door you thought was closed might suddenly open. The right person may appear with advice or connections you didn't even know you needed. An opportunity that feels almost too perfect to be real could land in your lap. These moments are not accidents, they are the natural result of aligning your actions with your deeper values and readiness. By engaging fully in this process, you're not only clearing the path for blessings to reach you faster, you're also training yourself to recognize them when they do. Sometimes the difference between missing an opportunity and seizing it is simply having the inner stillness to see it clearly. This week can be that turning point for you, Libra, the bridge between where you've been and where you're about to go. And if you stay open, grounded, and consistent, the pace of your growth may surprise even you. Libra, as we bring this journey to a close, I want you to pause for a moment and truly take in everything we've covered together. You've walked through an exploration of balance, truth, and the unique role you play as someone chosen to bring harmony into the spaces you touch. You've seen that your gifts, your clarity, your diplomacy, your natural sense of justice are not just traits, they are tools. And when you use them with intention, they can change the trajectory of your life and the lives of those around you. This is not just theory. It's a real, practical invitation to step into the version of yourself that doesn't wait for the perfect time, but chooses now as the moment to act. I want you to really ask yourself, if you committed to even one of the steps we discussed over the next week, how different could your energy feel? How much more in control of your own path would you be if you decided, right now, to prioritize what's right over what's easy? Imagine waking up a week from today feeling lighter because you've let go of something that's been holding you back. Picture the sense of relief and empowerment that comes from having clear boundaries, or from taking one bold action that aligns with your true values. You are not here by accident, Libra. The fact that you're listening to this means you're ready for a shift. You have the ability to shape your reality, to recalibrate your balance in a way that supports both your peace and your growth. You don't have to do everything all at once, you just have to start. Every small step you take signals to life that you are ready for more, and when you combine that with a mindset that expects blessings, you create a momentum that is almost unstoppable. So I'll leave you with this affirmation, and I want you to say it with conviction. I am chosen to set right what has been unbalanced with truth and love. I will no longer hesitate, I choose alignment. I receive blessings so that I may become a blessing. The right doors will open, and the wrong ones will close. Let those words sink in, not as wishful thinking, but as a statement of who you are becoming from this moment forward. If this message has resonated with you, I'd love to hear from you. What is one action you are willing to take this week to honor your balance? Which area of your life feels most ready for change? Share it in the comments, and if you feel that deep sense of connection to what we've talked about, drop the sacred number 777 to confirm that you are ready to welcome the blessings that are on their way to you. Your engagement matter sit doesn't just help this channel grow. It builds the energetic circle we share here at Zodiac Whisper Tarot. Thank you for spending this time with me today. Your presence here is something I deeply value, and I'm grateful for every like, every comment, every share, and every subscription. It is your support that allows me to continue bringing these transformative messages to you and to others who need them. And I promise you, there is so much more ahead for us to explore together. So, Libra, as you step back into your day, carry this reminder with you: balance is not a static state, it's a living choice you make again and again. Choose it with truth, choose it with love, and watch how your world begins to shift in ways you didn't think were possible. Stay open, stay aligned, and I'll see you in the next reading because your journey is only just beginning.